No, I think the latter is the case. There's no doubt that the consumer want a direct relationship with the brand. That could be from a transaction standpoint or just a pure engagement standpoint. That's why we've built very large digital centers in Europe. We're now building very large one in China. We launched an app in the first quarter. We've had 2.5 million downloads on the app. So we are seeing that the requirement for the consumer is to have a direct relationship with the brand. Does mean he or she always will transact directly with the brand. They might go to JD, as I said, or or Foot Locker or somewhere else.
Last time I was in JD, it was packed full of heritage Adidas shoes, vintage shoes. I mean, is it old guys like me who are just going in and trying to relive their youth there? How is that segment doing for you, and what more can you do to milk the opportunity at this point?
No, that segment will continue, and it's actually your kids that is driving that rather than you and I. It is the young kid. I can tell you, I was recently having dinner with Stan Smith in New York. We have been on a contract since 1973, and he said a lot of people don't even know who I am. They think I'm dead. And so the kids are actually driving that, and we're following the kids. That trend is still there, and the newest trend you're seeing in High Street is the mock-ups or the new models from what we had in the 90s. So the big, clunky shoes are now coming in, which are for everybody's taste, but that's the new taste. So that will continue to evolve. We just launched a shoe called the Continental, which is back from the late 80s.
Right, that's a big ladies' shoe, isn't it?
Yeah, but a huge hit at this stage.
The Continental 80?
Yeah, so that's gonna, So it'll be looking good on your foot also.
Oh, thank you for that. But it is fascinating. It's fascinating though that's resonating with the millennials and the Gen Zs right now. So what else are you seeing in athleisure that's coming through for the younger generation? I mean, and why can't Reebok get involved in that? I mean, Reebok was a big brand in the 80s. I remember that was huge.
It is, and will be again. patience is a virtue, and you'll see. If I was not confident of the turnaround, I wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
What you are seeing with the consumer is you're seeing shorter product life cycles, and that has, that continues to change. So the consumer is becoming more fickle. So he or she will look upon a product or a cycle for 6 or 9 months, and then they'll change, and they will change. That's on one side the opportunity, but also a threat, because you can be in one day and you can be out on the next. And that's why our relationship with a creative farm that we have in Brooklyn, or Kanye West, or Stella McCartney, is so fundamental to ensure that we are right in front all the time. Right in front means sometimes you miss the curve.
What's the challenge though in targeting all the different generations? Because you straddle such a wide bridge from the baby boomers to X to Y to Z, and they're all very different in what they want. I mean, the Z wants authenticity in brands, for instance. Millennials, as you say, quite fickle. So how do you sort of hit all the markers with one brand to try and maximize sales? So
what you'll see is that the shoes we create for the hot sneakerhead, that where he or she is between 15 and 25, will be different to the one some of us would like, and their turn is much higher. I would say the more traditional consumer buyer would go Stan Smith, go Superstar, and they actually want the shoe they remember 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and 15 years ago. So you run separate cycles. You run very big turns, quick turns for the sneakerhead that will migrate somewhat into volume, but there are certain generations that will never pick it up. So the dad shoe, which is the latest coming out, the dad shoe is what our dads used to wear. I don't think I would wear it, but my kid would wear that.
Wow. So who? I mean, is there anybody from the old days that resonates with younger people? I mean, Steffi Graf always wore Adidas. Agassi wore both. Yeah. But I mean, does he resonate?
No, I think probably right now the hottest brand globally, if you go in just in Asia, is David Beckham. David Beckham. He is, the superstar. If you take David Beckham, the great ambassador for us, to China, you will have the street full. You can't move. So that's where you have a player that actually, I would probably say had his high time on a football pitch some years ago. Wow. David Beckham is a superstar.
Does he get some designer kudos too because of Victoria Beckham, because she's done so well? I mean, she's a
Victoria, we just signed for Reebok.
Right.
So she's going to help us turn Reebok around.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.